Hey, assistant coach, how are you guys doing? It's me, Johnny Sports, and I'm proud to present to you guys the Sprint to Glory Germany. Yes, it is close to myself because I live in Germany, I am German, and you can see right here, boys, we are starting off with St Pauli, the second Bundesliga team that has a long tradition and, in my opinion, one of the best teams with actually the best fans. Let me just put it that way. Probably not the best team on the pitch, but definitely one of the best fans in the world. St Pauli is respected all around the world, so I decided to pick them this year instead of Leipzig, which we picked last year. And this season, actually, in real life, they are currently in the top 5 of the Bundesliga, so seems like they are doing quite well. But St Pauli has around 2.4 million in the transfer budget, and we are starting off in the second league. So the second Bundesliga, we will have to work our way to the top and see if we can manage to beat teams like Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund in the title race in the future. Now we start off with a couple of good players in this team. Miyaichi on the left hand side, he's actually quite good, or Miyaichi, I probably pronounced that one wrong at first. And my defense is actually looking quite nice, so everyone is above the 70 rating in the defense and in the goalkeeping position. So it was a decent team to start off with, but it definitely needed some upgrades and especially a couple of talents. So since we do not have that much money, we had to start off by buying in players who are below the rating of 70. And who other than Felix Passlack from Borussia Dortmund is the guy that you go for from the Bundesliga. He is joining us now for 1.8 million. He's a right back who can also play as a left back, and that is at first the position that he will play for our team. 67 rated at the start of his career. He's only 18 years old, can also play as a right midfielder. Reminds me a lot of Michel Weiser from Hertha BSC, but we can obviously not afford that guy right now. He's quite high rated. And in my midfield, I had someone who was 69 rated, so I decided to go ahead and bring in Suat Serdar, 19 years old, quite tall center midfielder who can also play as a CDM. He now is joining our team, 67 rated. Obviously, not really players that are improving our team straight away, but in the future seasons to come, these players will have a big impact on our team. Now, moving on, we had to look for a left midfielder because Miyaichi, he's fast and all, but he's not really the player that we're looking forward to have in our team. So Philip Ox is joining in. He is now 65 rated, and just for a certain time, Miyaichi will move over to the right hand side because Sobota, who is now on that side, is just not good enough. So Ox is taking over. He can also play at striker and left back actually, so this guy was looking quite decent. First season done with this team with Passlack, Ox, and also Serdar joining in. We came in the 7th spot. I was expecting my team a lot lower than that, but I'm really happy that we actually could make it into the 7th spot in our first season. Our manager rating though is only on a 65, and that really bothered me. But take a look at this right here, boys. Miyaichi is now on a 72 rating. He is growing just a little bit, but Serdar is on a 70 rating now, which is great to see, +3 for him. And Passlack couldn't really make it into the team yet because the defense was a bit too high rated for him, and our center back actually grew to a 75 rating. So all the players that we bought were just playing regularly as substitutes, and Serdar the only one to play in the starting lineup. But in the future, those guys would get a lot of playing time. Now, obviously, the Sprint to Glory concept goes like this. I can buy players from the nation that I've picked and players from the league that I have picked. So basically, in Germany, we can go ahead and use players from the first and second Bundesliga. This guy is not a German, but he still makes his way into our team. Center attacking midfielder, 67 rated, can play center midfield and left midfield. I wanted to buy him into the team as a center midfielder, but I was quite disappointed that he was only 67 rated at the point where I bought him. Now, Mamadou Doucouré was a different thing. He is 19 years old, 1.4 million spent on this guy, and I knew he would get a lot of playing time in this team in the future, so we bought him into the team. The center back comes in. Sadly, I forgot to show his stats, but he's 66 rated at the start of our career mode. Basically, actually, this is the second season, so let's keep that in mind. He starts off at a little lower rating than that, but Wellenreuter is the next big player that we are buying into our team from Schalke. The goalkeeper, only 21 years old now, and we had to pay 6 million for him. So this was the biggest amount of money we have spent, and in my opinion, this was the right decision. Yes, we had a decent goalkeeper in our team, but I really wanted to bring in a talent who can go past that goalkeeper's rating as fast as possible and be that main guy in that position who is undisputable. Now, Gianluca Gaudino was seeming like a great talent last season for Bayern Munich. Now this season, he isn't really showing too much. He is never really getting too much playing time because there is Kimmich ahead of him and Sanchez at Bayern Munich, and he's 72 rated right now, so you can see he actually grew just a little bit, and hopefully this guy at some point will be back in Bayern starting lineup or something like that. Actually, a player for the bench, that would be nice as well. But 72 rated, joins our team, and then we were looking for a striker. 1.6 million spent on Johannes Eggestein. He starts off at a 64 rating, I believe, at the start of career mode. 19 years old. Definitely not the fastest, but a quite decent striker who I just brought into the team to grow him and then sell him on for a little bit more money in the futures in order to be able to make those big transfers for all the big talents that we have in the Bundesliga and in the nation of Germany, basically. So Eggestein joined us right now, and moving on, you can take a look at the league table at the end of season 2, and we came in the 10th spot. That was really disappointing. I actually thought we would do a lot better than we did in the last season, but we didn't, and that was not really expected, honestly. And my manager rating wasn't really looking too nice, and my team though was growing, so that showed me, okay, the upcoming seasons our team will be fine, no worries. As I said at the start, Miyaichi is now on the right hand side and Ox is playing on the left midfield position. Gardino on a 75 rating now, Serdar on a 74, Doucouré in the center back position grew to a 69 rating, and Paslak finally had to take over that left back position which I talked about, and he's playing over there because we have a 73 rated right back on the right. Wellenreuter grew to a 76, Marvin Duksch on a 71, and apart from that, nothing too special except Benes, who is now 70 rated. So let's move on into the next season and make a few more transfers to finally make the move into the Bundesliga. Timo Baumgartl was the guy that I went for. 3.8 million spent on this guy, and if I'm honest, that was a bit too much honey. Holy shit, too much money, because he was only 73 rated. I could have paid, like, let's say 3 million at max, and I believe Stuttgart would have accepted, but still we brought him into our team. He's 6'3" tall from Germany, and he was a major improvement in the starting lineup of our team since we only had 2 69 rated center backs in our team. Now Sarendren Baze was about to replace Miyaichi, who I sold in this season, so he took over, 71 rated, quite decent player, only 22 years old at this point, so we're looking forward to bring him into our team, especially with his pace. He will be a good addition into the squad, but then it was time to bring in some big guns and let everyone know we are aiming to get into the Bundesliga. Julian Weigl, 83 rated, only 23 years old, and it was time to sign him on pre-contract. And this season we had the chance to make it into the Bundesliga, but we lost against Ingolstadt in the promotion matches. We came in the 3rd position with 61 points. So first season 7th place, second season 10th place, and now we were so close to getting that promotion, but it didn't work out. But I knew, okay, next season it will definitely happen. My team is just too good for the 2nd Bundesliga. Baze went up to 73, Ox is now 75 rated, Eggestein on a 74, Gaudino 78, Paslak 76, Serdar on a 77. Doucouré actually grew by +5 in this season, so he grew a lot from 69 up to 74, and Baumgartl went up to 75. So our team has been improving a lot, and that showed me, okay, at the start of next season, Weigl will join in. He will take over in that center defensive midfield position. Serdar will move over to the center midfield spot, and this guy will be the leader of this team. 84 rated Julian Weigl, only 23 years old and already nearly at the end of his potential, and this guy was a big improvement. And this one as well, Benjamin Henrich, sorry. This guy actually played for the German national team 1 week ago, I believe. Not the last match, but the one before that in that left back position. And he actually played quite well. He looks like a decent talent. I haven't really, or actually he hasn't really caught my eye in the Bundesliga so far, but it seems like he will be one of the bigger talents. And now, boys, it's time to bring in the big guns, because I knew next season we would be in the Bundesliga and we needed improvement. 87 rated Kimmich, 84 rated Stendera, and finally a really high rated striker in Timo Werner. All these three players will be joining us in our first season in the Bundesliga, because we finally made it into that first spot. No promotion matches to be played, straight away direct promotion for St Pauli, and that meant we now had to focus on much bigger opponents, and we also had to improve our team to a point where we knew, okay, we can compete. Now Weigl on an 85 rating, he still improved. Serdar went up by +2, Gardino went up by +2, Ox as well. Henrich is now on a 78 rating, Paslak moved over to the right hand side, Baumgartel and Doucouré on the same rating, and our goalkeeper is on an 82 rating. So it was good to bring him in and not really hold on to that goalkeeper that we had at the start, because that strengthened our defense a lot. But take a look at these players. This one right here is someone that most people do not really use. Stendera is 85 rated right now. I believe we are now in season 4, and he is such an amazing player, guys. You have to try him out. I know he's probably not the most popular choice, but he's definitely someone that you have to keep in mind and maybe try out. But this guy right here, Joshua Kimmich, is just, I mean, as a Bayern fan, I love him to death already. I want to keep him in the team until he retires. He is such a good player, such a big talent, even better than Renato Sanchez, which most people cannot even believe, because he was looking so strong for Portugal in the Euros. But now, Leroy Sané will be joining our team on pre-contract at the start of next season. First season of the Bundesliga, we are coming in the 10th position, so no relegation for our team, and also not really getting into European competitions, but still, that was good. I was really happy with that. Werner now on an 86 rating, grew by +3 in his first season for us. Gardino on an 83, Stendera now 87 rated. I told you guys, this guy is sick. He actually surpassed his potential right there. 87 is just sick for him. Kimmich moved back to the center back position because I really needed someone solid at the back, and he was the guy that I put in there because he can play in that position. And now it was time for the fastest player to join my team. Leroy Sané, right mid, left mid striker from Manchester City. One of the biggest talents of Germany, and that is why he is on the thumbnail. And then another one who would turn out to be one of the highest rated players in this Sprint to Glory, from Croatia, but from Hamburg SV, Alen Halilovic, and Embolo, who is from Switzerland, is now joining our team as well on pre-contract, and he will be playing in that striker position instead of Werner. And look at this, in our second season in the Bundesliga, we are coming in the first spot. That was just so amazing. I never expected that to happen that fast, but it happened. We qualified for Champions League, and this is our squad. On the left-hand side, Ox would be replaced quite soon. Werner is 87 rated. Leroy Sané is on 88 right now on that right-hand side. Weigl and Stendera remained at 87. Kimmich as well. Baumgartel moved up to 80. Henrich on an 81. Paslak on 83. So our team was so good, and now it just got better. The pre-contract players Embolo and also Halilovic are now joining our team, and that means we are even strengthening up that squad. Now Embolo will take over that right midfield position for now, and Halilovic will come in at center midfield. 89 rated beast. And now I was looking for a chance to bring Kimmich into the center midfield as well, so I decided to go for Niklas Süle and Julian Brandt, who is also on the thumbnail. This guy, in my opinion, is a bit overlooked by the footballing world, in my opinion. I've watched a couple of matches, or actually a load of matches of him in the past year and this year as well. I feel like he has that special something. He could become one of the biggest talents in the world, so that is the reason why he has that much potential. But this season we lost in the German Cup final against Wolfsburg, and we also only came in the 4th position. Dortmund taking over, 34 matches played, only 70 points. That is a really low amount for a Bundesliga team to win the title with. But look at this team: Sane 88, Werner 87, Mbolo 88, 90 rated Halilovic, and then you have all the other players that are still growing, especially the left back, right back and goalkeeper got like +1 in this season, so that is good to see. And now we brought in Brandt. He will take over that left midfield position, 88 rated beast, 4-star skiller, 4-star weak foot, can also play in the center attacking midfield position, and he's quite tall, so he will not get shoved off by defenders that easily. And talking about not being shoved off, this is the guy that has a lot of strength. Niklas Süle is joining my team, and on top of that, I now made the biggest signing for this squad. 40 million spent on Marc-Andre ter Stegen, 31 years old by now. I also had the choice of bringing Karius, but he was only 87 rated. So an 88 rated goalkeeper now joined our team. Wellenreuter, don't get me wrong, he was great, but now we have an even better squad with ter Stegen joining into our defense. This might easily be the best team we have created so far on the Sprint to Glories on FIFA 17. I mean, look at the talents and how high they are rated. It is just insane. Players like Halilovic on a 90 rating. He kept his potential from FIFA 16, which is good to see, but I believe in the future it could actually go down by quite a bit because he's not really that insane, incredible talent that everyone is looking at right now. But in the next season we came in the 1st spot, and finally I have to say I was really happy about that one, because coming in 4th place was quite bad. But even though we came in 1st place, my manager rating was around 60. That was really bothering me. Brandt now went up to 89, so he is still improving. But apart from that, you're not seeing that many improvements in our team, apart from Süle going up to 88, I believe. And Henrys was 83 rated last season, not too sure. You can see Werner on the bench, 87 rated. Benes is now on an 80 rating, Bazet on an 80 rating, Doucouré now 83 rated. So loads of great players in this team. And again, I bumped up the biggest transfer fee for our team, and it is now 50 million for David Alaba, who is from Austria. So Mbolo, Alaba and Halilovic are the ones that are not from the German nationality, but they do play in the Bundesliga or 2nd Bundesliga. It doesn't really matter. Both of those leagues are available for this Sprint to Glory, and those are the ones that joined our team, and those actually are like countries that we will not be using in the future. So this is actually quite good to bring them in this Sprint to Glory. But we did win the German Cup this time, and also the league title. So we are coming in with a double. We sadly lost against Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final. That was quite upsetting, but this is the last season assistant coaches. Take a look at this team. I mean, honestly, everyone just is so insanely talented in this squad. Look at ter Stegen, 88 rated. Paslak starts off below 70, now 84 rated. Kimmich is so insane in that center midfield position. I wouldn't recommend him as a center back, but Süle goes up to 88. Halilovic, 90 rated. Stendera, in my opinion, is the guy that you guys should definitely try out, because I'm sure that most of you guys have tried out most of these players, especially players like Sane and Mbolo, Brandt. Definitely go ahead and give Stendera a chance. He will impress you. He's actually so good in this game. I played a couple of matches with this team and it was just way too OP. I actually put the sliders down a lot more, so to make it a lot more difficult, but the opponents had no chance against this squad. The pace, the passing, everything was just way too good for my opponents, and I just gotta say, man, I was incredibly happy with the outcome of this Sprint to Glory. Hopefully you assistant coaches enjoyed it as well. I personally am looking forward to see which country we will go to next time. Let me know in the comments down below, assistant coaches, with writing hashtag NextSTG. And the one with the most likes, I will take a look at it. If it fits the concept of the Sprint to Glory, I will go ahead and do that video for you assistant coaches. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day and peace.